In last few classes, I have discussed how statements or propositions can be translated to symbolic logic using connectives, how arguments or statements are written. Now in this topic, I will discuss is how we find conclusions from a set of arguments or a set of propositions using various rules. What is argument? Just like a rule of inference, an argument consists of one or more hypotheses or premises and conclusions. Hypothesis may be an assumptions or some written statements that are also called premises, and a conclusions may be also an argument for the next findings or next set of statements which creates another conclusions. We say that an argument is valid if whether all its hypotheses are true, its conclusion is also true. If it is not valid, then its conclusions is not valid, or if its conclusion is true, then it may be valid. It is a valid statement, valid argument. However, if any hypothesis is false, even a valid argument can lead to an incorrect conclusion. Proof so that hypothesis implies conclusion is true. This is a proof. This is the method of proofs using the rule of inferences. Consider the following arguments involving propositions, which by definition is a sequence of propositions. If you have a current password, then you can log onto the network. You have a current password, therefore you can log onto the network. This is the conclusions. We would like to determine whether this is a valid argument. That is, we would like to determine whether the conclusions you can log onto network must be true when the premises, if you have a current password, then you can log onto the network, and you have current password are both true. Before we discuss the validity of this particular argument, we will look at its form. Use P to represent you have current password, and Q to represent you can log onto the network. Then the argument has the form P implies Q. That means if you have current password, then you can log on to the network. And then P means you have the current password. Ultimately, its conclusion is Q. Q means you can log on to the network. This symbol denotes therefore. We know that P and Q are propositional variable. The statement P implies Q and P implies Q is a tautology. It is always a true statement. Hence, our conclusion is Q. Example 1. Another validity of the argument. This is an example of validity to find how we can find validity. If 101 is divisible by 3, then 101 square is divisible by 9. 101 is divisible by 3, consequently 101 square is divisible by 9. Although the argument is valid, its conclusion is incorrect because one of the hypotheses is false. Since 101 is divisible by 3, it is a false hypothesis. If in the above argument we replace 101 with 102, we could correctly conclude that 102 square is divisible by 9. Example 2. If it rains today, then we will not have barbecue today. If we do not have a barbecue today, then we will have barbecue tomorrow. Therefore, if it is rains today, then we will have barbecue tomorrow. This is the conclusion. This is a valid argument. If its hypotheses are true, then its conclusion is also true. Which rule of inferences was used in the last argument? 101 is divisible by 3, 100 square is divisible by 9, then P and P implies Q, therefore Q is the valid, Q is the conclusions. This is known as modus ponens. If this type of rule is used, this is popularly known as modus ponens. Unfortunately, one of the hypotheses P is false. Therefore, the conclusion Q is incorrect. Rule of inferences. The general form of the rule inferences is P1, P2. If there are several propositions P1, P2, P3 up to Pn, then there will be a Q, which is the conclusions or inference. The rule states that P1 and P2 and ... Pn are true, then Q is also true as well. This is a symbolic representations of the propositions. These rules of inferences can be used in mathematical argument and do not require any proof. Rule of inferences. This is addition's law. This is simplification rule. This is known as conjunction rule. This is modus tollens. This is hypothetical syllogisms. And this is disjunctive syllogisms. And one rule I have discussed, modus ponens. We will discuss using some example one by one. It is addition's law. Now there is an example. It is below freezing now. Therefore, it is either below freezing or raining now. Let P with the proposition. It is below freezing now, and Q the proposition. It is ready. Now, this argument is of the form P or Q. Since there is or, it is those two sentences are connected with or operator or, so hence P or Q. This is an argument that uses addition's rule. Now it is simplifications. It is below freezing and raining now. Therefore, it is below freezing now. P and Q. If P is the proposition, it is freezing now, and Q is the proposition, it is raining now. Hence, this rule is the rule applies is simplification rule. Now it is modus tollens. How it is applied? There is a statement: if Gary is intelligent, then he can count from 1 to 10. Gary can only count from 1 to 3. Now, the statements are propositions are Gary count from 1 to 10. Q stands for Gary count from 1 to 10. P, Gary is intelligent. Then not Q is Gary cannot count from 1 to 10. P implies Q. If Gary is intelligent, then he count from 1 to 10. But here it is written that Gary can only count from 1 to 3. So logically we can conclude that Gary is not an intelligent person. So using modus tollens we can also prove this thing. Now not Q is true and P implies Q is true, hence not P is also true, that is Gary is not intelligent. Hypothetical syllogism. If it rains today, then we will not have barbecue today. If we do not have a barbecue today, then we have barbecue tomorrow. Therefore, if it rains today, then we will have barbecue tomorrow. This set of statements discussed in last slides. We formulate the sentence using some logical connectives. P stands for it is raining today. Q stands for we will not have barbecue today, and R we will have barbecue tomorrow. So the arguments is the following form. P implies Q, Q implies R, that means P implies R. P implies R means if it is rain today, then we will have barbecue tomorrow. The first and the last statements are connected. Example 3. Gary is either intelligent or a good actor. If Gary is intelligent, then he can count from 1 to 10. Gary can only count from 1 to 3. Therefore, Gary is a good actor. This is a logically concluded. How we can write it symbolically? I is Gary's intelligence. A, Gary is good actor. C, Gary can count 1 to 10. In the last example, we use some rules to find the conclusions. There is 3 statements. Gary is intelligent, Gary is a good actor, and C, Gary can count 1 to 10. The first statement is not C. Not C is a hypothesis. Since Gary can count from 1 to 10, and not C means Gary cannot count from 1 to 10. This is a hypothesis. That means it is either logically derived from the statements or it is given in the group of statement. It is also a hypothesis since it is given if I stands for Gary is intelligent and Gary can count 1 to 10. That means if anybody can count from 1 to 10, that means he is intelligent. It is given, hence it is a hypothesis. Now from 1 and 2, steps 1 and 2, using modus tollens principles or rules, we can conclude that not I means Gary is not an intelligent person. Next, another hypothesis is given, either Gary is a good actor or he is intelligent. It can be written in this way. Now using disjunctive syllogism, steps 3 and 4, we can conclude that A means Gary is a good actor. Another example, if you listen to me, you will pass CS 320. You pass CS 320, therefore you have listened to me. Is this argument is valid? No, it assumes that P implies Q and Q is implies P. Therefore it is not a valid argument. The statement is not a tautology, it is false. Since you can find it from the truth table, it is false if P is false and Q is true. In this lecture, I discuss rule of inferences, different rule of inferences, and some connectives, how we can find the logical conclusions of from a group of statements.